Hello and welcome to French with Deep. Today we are going to touch a very important topic. So it will not only address the section A of the speaking, but also it can help you in the long run in the general French conversations. So today we'll be talking about the section A of the speaking exam. So speaking in French is known as expression orale. So in the expression orale section A, so what is required? So in this, I'll be dividing this video into two parts. So in the first part, we will learn how to start and end the section A, and in the second part I'll be explaining to you the different ways of asking questions. So we will start with the section A. So in the section A of the speaking, what happens when you start with your speaking exam with an examiner sitting in front of you, and first of all they greet you in a simple way like bonjour, and then the exam starts when recording starts. So they do have an audio recorder with them. When they switch on the audio, so you should be extra cautious. So whatever the instructions are being given related to the task, that only you should address. Okay, now in the section A, what is given to you is an advertisement. That is, we generally call in French as annonce. So you are given an advertisement and you are required to ask questions related to that advertisement. So the first thing should be to read the advertisement carefully. So for that you can have several samples, and in the general regular classes samples are given of the advertisement, and that in the exam are quite similar, not the same, but still we can say that you can have a general understanding. With the practice you can easily go for the speaking test and easily get your desired score. So in the section A of the speaking, after reading the advertisement, so generally they say that we give you 1 to 2 minutes, but it is not generally the case, and they tend to start instantly. So not a problem, because it is not considered as a very difficult task. So we generally introduce ourselves, we greet the examiner, because he is kind of acting as a seller of that particular product or the service. So we generally say je m'appelle, that is my name is, je m'appelle Deep. Now the next line should be I have read your advertisement in a newspaper, in a magazine, or it could be anywhere. And specifically if it is mentioned in the exam that this was published in a newspaper, then you should always stick to it. So let us take an example like I have read your advertisement. Newspaper. So newspaper in French is un journal. So j'ai lu, I have read. So j'ai lu votre annonce. So votre is your, annonce is advertisement. Dans. So dans in French is in un journal. So j'ai lu votre annonce dans un journal. Next, logically we are gonna ask the questions related to the advertisement. So we should say I have some questions. Do you have time? Okay, so in French we can say this sentence. J'ai is I have. J'ai quelques questions à vous poser. So poser in French is to ask. J'ai quelques questions à vous poser. So next sentence would be, have you time to answer this or devote to this? So we say, avez-vous quelques minutes à consacrer. Avez-vous quelques minutes à me consacrer? Have you some time for me or devote to me? Because I'm gonna ask some questions. Okay, now taking this entire thing in a single go, we can start saying that bonjour, je m'appelle Deep, j'ai lu votre annonce dans un journal, j'ai quelques questions à vous poser. Avez-vous quelques minutes à me consacrer? Now, after this, you are gonna ask questions. So, again, there are different ways of asking a question. The most common and that we use generally is ESCA. ESCA. So, suppose we want to say that is it available? Okay, so we can say that ESCA, say disponible. The other way of asking a question is reversing the verb and the subject. Suppose, so in this case, we want to ask, is it available? So we can say it as est-il disponible? Est-il disponible? Now, next, we do have another way of asking a question. So instead of saying ESCA, we only use S. So the main difference that student generally asks, what is the difference between ESCA and S? So it is ESCA means you are asking a question and you want to retrieve some information. You want some information. But when we want just the answer in yes or no, so it should be in S. So S, say disponible. So we generally don't add anything to it. It simply means the answer would be yes, that is oui in French, or it would be no, that is no in French. So these are the simple ways of asking a question. Now let us take some of the questions that are universal. It means that you can ask irrespective, ask these questions. So poser cette question, say question. So you can ask these questions, whatever the question is. Okay. So we may ask, like, do you have an internet website? So an internet website is un site d'internet. Okay. So avez-vous un site d'internet? Avez-vous un site d'internet? Next question, we may ask, what is the exact address? So for that we use quelle. Quelle est l'adresse exacte? Quelle est l'adresse exacte? Next, we can also ask that, do you have a telephone number? So, avez-vous un numéro de téléphone? Avez-vous un numéro de téléphone? And finally, after asking all these questions, we need to end this thing as well. Similarly, as we started, so on ending the section A of the speaking, we should speak some lines. We should end it, we should conclude it. So the first logical thing should be thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot. And the next thing should be that I am gonna try this. I am surely gonna try this. So we can say that merci beaucoup pour ton temps. So ton temps is your time. Merci beaucoup pour ton temps. Certainement. Je vais certainement essayer. Je vais certainement essayer. So this was related to the section A of the speaking of the TEF Canada exam, and also related to the general French conversations in day-to-day life. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share French with